Namaskaram, Thousand Names and Thousand Stories, 487th name, GABHASTI NEMAYE NAMAHA. There was a great Vaishnava devotee named Chakravarti from Kanchipuram. One day, while bathing in the sacred Vegavati river in Kanchi, a corpse drifted ashore and struck against him. On the shoulders of the deceased, the marks of the Shanka and Chakra, that is the conch and the discus, were imprinted, indicating that he was a Vaishnava who had undergone samskara, the sacred initiation ceremony that must be received from an acharya. This ceremony consists of five parts: the Shanka and Chakra marks being branded on the disciple's shoulder by the Acharya. Second, the disciple being adorned with sacred Vaishnava mark and Sri Churnam, sacred Vaishnava tilak at 12 places on the body. Third, the Acharya giving a new name to the disciple signifying service to the Lord and his devotees. Fourth, the Upadesha, the initiation of the three sacred mantras. Fifth, instruction on the proper methods of worshipping the Lord. The presence of the Shanka Chakra marks on the corpse's shoulders confirmed his identity as a devotee of the Lord. Chakravarti waited for some time, expecting relatives to come and claim the body, but none appeared. Since it was not right to abandon an orphaned body indefinitely, Chakravarti himself performed the funeral rites for that Vaishnava. The townspeople, however, began to ridicule and shun him. You are a Brahmin, born in the sacred lineage, yet you have performed rites for a man without the sacred thread. They mocked him as a Pollan, meaning a sinner. To this, Chakravarti replied, the very presence of the Shanka Chakra marks on his shoulders is proof enough that he belongs to the Lord. Once these marks are present, how does it matter whether he had the sacred thread or not? Among the Lord's devotees, there can be no higher or lower status. But the townspeople refused to accept this explanation. They even declared that if Chakravarti performed his family's Shraddha, that is the ancestral rites, they would refuse to partake of the ritual food. Chakravarti felt deep sorrow. For the sake of performing the funeral rites of an abandoned devotee, a noble deed, I have now been cast out by my own people. At this time in Kanchipuram, Lord Varadaraja Perumal was conversing with his dear devotee Thirukachi Nambi, who was fanning him with the chamara. Nambi mentioned Chakravarti's plight to the Lord. Hearing this, Perumal said, yes, to the world he may be considered as Pollan. In Tamil, Pollan means a sinner. But to me, he is indeed a righteous man, Nallan. Nallan is a Tamil word meaning a righteous person. These divine words of the Lord astonished Thirukachi Nambi and he conveyed them to the townspeople. Only then did they realize Chakravarti's greatness. From that day, he came to be known as Nallan Chakravarti, the righteous one, as named by the Lord himself. Later, when Sri Ramanuja appointed the 74 Simhasanadipatis, authorities of the tradition to continue the Sampradaya, Nallan Chakravarti was included as one among them. It is noteworthy that the respected Sri Rajaji also belonged to the lineage of this great devotee. Thus, just as he had branded the Shanka and Chakra marks as a seal on the shoulders of his devotees, protecting them for life and beyond, the Lord who bestows his protective mark is called GABHASTI NEMIHI. GABHASTI NEMIHI means he whose discus shines with radiant rays. This is beautifully echoed in Periyarvar's Pasuram. By the sacred mark of the radiant discus glowing like fire stamped upon us, we stand firm, generation after generation, serving the Lord. This is the 487th holy name of the Lord in Vishnu Sahasranama. Devotees who daily recite GABHASTI NEMAYE NAMAHA will be ever protected by the Lord's shining Sudarshana Chakra. Narayana, Narayana.